And don't worry, guys. If astrology sounds like people speaking another language, don't even worry. Just make sure you know your zodiac sign. And you're good. So right now we're going to break down Neptune is retrograde, aka drinking the Kool-Aid in the sign of Aries. We're going to break it down so simple. Okay. You're going to understand why people are acting different, why you might be questioning everything, and how to actually use this energy instead of fighting it. Because this transit ain't here to punish you. It's really here to wake you up. Neptune is known for the dreamy state, right? It is the dream machine. Think of Neptune like this. Think of Neptune like a movie projector. The imagination. It's the spiritual side, right? It's the part of life that's hard to really explain. Let me pull up chat. It's illusion. It's fantasy. Sometimes Neptune can also be straight up denial. I'm just going to throw it out there. It's that friend that keeps saying, oh, they're going to change when everybody else knows that they won't. Neptune can make us see what we want to see, aka wearing the rose-colored glasses, instead of really seeing what's there. Okay, so let's kind of talk about retrograde. Everybody really wants to know, what is retrograde all about, right? What does that mean? Everyone always says it. Is something in retrograde? Right? They freak out. Retrograde doesn't mean the planet is actually driving backwards from Earth. It just looks like it's moving backward. But astrologically speaking, that means the energy just turned inward. So instead of looking outside of yourself, you're really just being asked to look within. We're going this way. Right. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. All right, quick question. I want you to ask yourself this. Where have you been lying to yourself? Not where somebody lied to you, but where have you been avoiding some form of truth? Because when Neptune is retrograde, it has a funny way of just shining this flashlight into the places that we've been trying not to look. Okay? Just has this funny way of doing that. Now, I do want to mention that when you have Aries, right? When you throw Aries into the mix with that, you got to think Aries is fire, right? It's bold. It's independent. It's like, here we go. What do we do now? Let's get started. It's super fast. Okay. It's very action oriented. Aries does not wait around. Hence why they can be impatient or what do you call that? Selfish, right? It says, I'm going. So Neptune, the dreamer, is like, When Neptune is meeting Aries, the warrior, that creates a really interesting energy. So this transit is really asking, are you chasing your dream or somebody else's? Because, we do have a tendency to listen to other people that are outside looking in at what we say, what we do, how we act, how we move, how we respond, how we receive information, our perception of the world, right? And somebody might tell you to move left when you're trying to go right. Okay. Let's give you an example. Let's say that you've been you've been staying in a job. Yeah, slang. You've been staying in this job because everybody told you it was safe, right? You get 401k, you got benefits, you got vacation, you got sick time. Neptune had you believing this is just how life is, right? And here comes retrograde. Boom. Retrograde comes and suddenly you can't ignore that feeling anymore. And then here comes Aries stepping in and saying, so what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? What are we going to do? You see the difference? What's happening? So Neptune shows you the illusion, and Aries right now is pushing you to take action to go a different route. Let me keep it real. Some of y'all don't need another sign from the universe. You probably just need to stop ignoring the signs that you already have gotten. Have you received the signs and synchronicities? Okay. How many red flags have you painted green? I'm just saying that. Neptune retrograde is not letting anybody slide anymore. Okay. Now, what you may feel during this transit that's already started, weird dreams. Have you guys been having weird dreams? I know I have been. Weird, like places I've never been before, people I've never seen before, like just doing weird shit. Like, why? But also still feeling a little bit more intuitive. Suddenly, you might see people differently now. You might look at them differently. You might really observe and be like, I never peeped that before, right? You just might notice stuff in a different lens now. You might even lose interest in fake friendships, feeling called toward your spirituality now more than ever. It's like you're questioning everything. You're questioning your whole life direction now. You're like, where do I go? What do I do? Who's going to be in it? Who's not? And how do I get there? It's like you're craving authenticity over any type of appearance right now. You probably feel restless if you're not feeling like you're in alignment with something. If something doesn't feel good, you don't want to do it. And that's normal because Neptune is retrograding, so you're not wearing the rose-colored glasses. It's like the fog is clearing up, right? Now, who's going to feel this the most? Well, if you're an Aries sun, Aries moon, I'm an Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries midhaven, and of course, if you have Neptune in Aries. Now, if you have strong first house placements, this transit is going to feel way more personal, okay? Everybody experiences Neptune retrograde somewhere in their birth chart, just somewhere, okay? So this lesson is going to show up a little bit different in that area of life for you. First house is all about yourself. It's all about image, you, just pretty much all of you. Okay, now we're gonna go into the shadow side. The shadow side, you guys. Here's the part that a lot of people probably don't talk about. When you start to notice the illusions falling away, it kind of can hurt because sometimes what's happening is we're grieving the version of life that we thought was going to play out, that we thought we were gonna have. That doesn't mean you failed. That doesn't mean something messed up. It just means you finally see clearly of what the hell was playing out. Who's playing who. It's chess, not checkers, baby, okay? And clarity, even when it's uncomfortable, is just way better than living in a goddamn fantasy 24/7, let me tell you, okay? Now, I want you to really ask yourself, if fear wasn't making any decisions for you, what would I choose? That's the question that Neptune in retrograde is going to keep bringing back for you. So how do we really work with this energy? How do we work with it? I keep burping. This stuff makes me burp for show. Well, just to give you little tips, I would say just be honest with yourself. Just be transparent. It's so much better when you're just like brutally honest and you just don't care. Not in the sense of not caring where you're hurting people's feelings, right? Or causing anybody any sort of detriment, talking down on them, but to where you don't care about, you have your own morals, values, and beliefs, and you're your own individual, and what nobody says is going to alter that, right? Also, pay attention to your dreams. Like I said, Neptune is the dream state, right? Journal what keeps coming up and dissect it. Also, try to stop forcing things that clearly aren't working. Trust your intuition. But since Aries is there, you might want to double check the facts. Okay. Aries is a planet of action. So take 1 foot forward, but take a bold step. Take a risk if you need to towards something that feels, actually aligned. Okay. Because now's the time to really just let go of the version that you've outgrown. During this time, you guys, I'm going to say that, Aries reminds us that, since it's a fire energy, clarity means nothing if you never act on it. All right? So, let's kind of pull a message for that. Let's do a different deck. My nose. So we're going to pull a different deck. We're still going to be reading tarot. You guys don't forget, comment down below if any of this resonated. Let me know what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you got going on. All I can see when the light's on is like all this hair just flying everywhere. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is a collective reading. Let's see what Spirit wants to add to the table. I'm going to pull some cards and get a collective message for Neptune retrograding and how it's helping us clear the fog. Okay? How is Neptune helping us clear the fog? We have a major arcana and I love it. It's the Magician. So, I like this. Queen of Water. Queen of Water, aka Queen of Cups, if you guys didn't know. So Queen of Water, she's very passionate, very confident as well, but also very intuitive and empathic. So with this, it's a reminder to give yourself some grace, give yourself a little bit of compassion, as well as the others around you. Okay. When you are confident in your emotions and how you feel, you know exactly how you feel, you know why you feel it, you know the root of it all, and you can express it. That is the most beautiful thing ever, because here goes the empathy and here goes the compassion for other people. Each one teach one, reach one. So also your psychic abilities will be popping out. Like I said, the fog is clearing. So now that initial thought that you have is going to be the one. Okay. Some of you guys might have a lot of deep psychic insights while you're going inward during this retrograde. Okay. Who's this? I don't know who that is. Now, during this time, you also have the Two of Air. Okay. Take care of yourself. Try not to neglect taking time for yourself. That could be self-care. That could be getting a little bit more sleep. Let me stop sharing this. That could be, you know, just having a lot of deep love for family, friends, the people that actually care about you. You know, you're going to start recognizing all of this. Now, with Two of Air, there's something that's going to come up that you may have to make a decision about. And when this decision happens, you have to follow your heart. Now, I know everyone has this stigma of like, oh, it's retrograde, I'm not going to do anything. But that's not exactly true, because once you gain the clarity from the retrograde, then you still want to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, especially if you're signing large contracts like getting a new car, a loan, house, apartment, whatever it is that you're doing where it's contract based, right? Or anything with law, anything where you're signing something. You always want to take your time to read these things. Also, making just any solid, sound decisions. Take your time to make that solid decision. Having the two here is just an idea. Okay. It's just something that's working in your mind. You could be pretending that nothing's wrong, but then in your head, you're over analyzing and overthinking. Okay. And we have to remember that Mercury is in the sign of Cancer and it's retrograding. And that's also the planet of communication, ideas, and all of that. Okay. I know it's a lot. So follow your own heart rather than just really trying to make other people happy at the end of the day. You really have to do that. All right. Because next we have Five of Water. Yeah. There's going to be a strong, heavy focus, you guys, during this retrograde. Try not to focus on the negative. I know it may be hard. When you have a negative thought, try to say, cancel that, and say something else in your mind that's nice. It takes a lot of practice to do this, but you can do it. You can do it, right? Because sometimes things don't turn out how you think they will turn out. But all in all, if you look at the positive of it, instead of all the negative, you're going to be like, oh, you know what? That was a lesson. Or, you know what? I just learned this from that situation. Ooh, light bulb moment. I figured it out. You know, it's going to come to you. And just forgive yourself, because Five of Air is like having, you know, seeing the cups half full. Like, how are you going to cross this bridge? Whatever it is that you could be pondering or thinking about that you got to make a decision on. Everything happens for a reason or a season. Okay. So just look for the hidden messages. You can see number sequences. Okay. Any number sequences can be prominent for you. You can also have repetitive scenes in your dreams, or repetitive things happening. You could always be driving. You could always be flying. You could always be eating something, walking in a dream. You know, pay attention, but you're in different scenarios. Okay. So maybe look up, I'm always taking action. Now, we do also have the Page of Earth that came out as well. Okay. Page of Earth. Pages bring messages. And what's the message? It's usually about money, right? An opportunity. When it's an earth card. So pages can come in many different forms. It could be someone that's very cheerful, upbeat, someone that's grounded. When it's a page of earth, it's someone that you can depend on, someone that's, lending you a message. They can be very mischievous as well. But basically a message that you receive that's telling you to get to work. Something may happen in your life in a moment in time. Okay, this could be happening at work, at home, when you're riding or going through the grocery store, when you're riding your car. Any situation, it can be like, boom, I need to go hard in the paint. And you just might get that message for yourself. Earth energy is a slow moving energy. So take your time when this comes about. Now, you might get a cool ass opportunity that's going to present itself. If you notice it, if you recognize it, okay, you might get some happy news, whether it's about your career, promotions, any scholarships. You might get a check in the mail. You might get a cash app. Okay, spin it. Spin it. Some of you guys might even just have a new interest in studying something. Okay. We also have the Magician that came out, which is that major arcana that I love. Let me pull up we love the major arcana. I love the Magician because the Magician is saying, don't forget, even though this planet is retrograding right now, we have a couple of retrogrades. We're turning into retrograde season. You have all the tools in your backpack. Think of yourself like Dora the Explorer. You have all your tools. Backpack. Like you have everything. Maybe some of the tools are rusty and they're old, but they're there. They're in your toolbox. You might need to upgrade the tool, right? You might have to go buy a new one, polish it, shine it up. Something still may work, okay? Rusty, dusty, crusty, musty. It'll still work. You can use it. You just have to take action. It's kind of like when you learn something, it's like riding a bike. Like, I might be a little wobbly at first when I get on it, but let me ride it a couple more times and get my mojo back, right? So everything is going to be alive, right? Because the fog is gone. And whatever you need to feel successful or to be successful, whatever success means to you, everyone has their own definition of success. It's not the same across the board, okay? You might be successful right now. If you believe it, okay? If you believe it, you can achieve it. If you believe it, you can do it. Period. It's all within you. I'm just here to remind you. That's all I'm doing. And then last but not least, we have the One of Earth as well. Ooh. So all of this, it's like this water wave, right? It's like you're in the current right now. Just say you're in a boat and you're just trying to get to where you're going. You're just going. Boop. Will you hit like a piece of bark along the way? Sure, that could be a message. You might tip over. You might get splashed with a little bit of water. Your leg might fall out the boat. You might lose something along the way. But at the end of the day, you're going to get a windfall of some sort of abundance in some fashion. Somebody might drop a gem on you and give you a whole nugget, okay? Like some sort of wisdom, possibly an opportunity, but it's going to feel like a good fortune cookie or something just landed in your lap, like kind of like winning the lottery, but not yet, because a lot of people have won the lottery, but it's the excitement. It's that feeling, okay? Something exciting could be coming along. It's very lucrative with all this earth energy is what I'm feeling, okay? Some of you guys might make a significant purchase, like a home or a vehicle. You never know. It is okay to do those things during retrograde. Don't let anybody on the internet scare you with stuff.